Now, breaking news from Fox 24.
It is my intention to use the full weight of my office to bring this defendant to justice for the Brinks family.
State officials holding a press conference this afternoon giving the latest updates on the arrest of Andrew James McGann and the ongoing investigation in the double homicide at Devil's Den State Park. Thank you for joining us at 5:30. I'm Joshua Pineda. At this hour, we know from ASP that McGann did admit to murdering Clinton and Kristen Brinks. We're told that a knife was used to kill Clinton and Kristen, and they ultimately died from stab wounds. Now, we've also learned that there's no indication that McGann knew the Brinks and he acted alone. Now, one of the biggest takeaways from today's presser was how McGann was pinned as the suspect. ASP says it received over 500 tips, and it looked specifically at the sketch of the suspect and the car he was driving. The vehicle seen leaving the park was a Kia Stinger, and investigators used info to vet various owners around the region. Now, McGann was injured at that park, and blood from him was used to establish a DNA profile. And so let's go ahead and bring in Fox 24's Gabriella Phelan with some of the new information police shared with us today. Gabby.
Josh, Arkansas State Police shared with us that the two surviving daughters provided the initial information that helped them to draft a sketch and form a description of McGann, and that's where the nearly 5-day search began. Witnesses helped narrow down the type of car McGann was driving, a black Kia Stinger, which police were then able to track after it left Devil's Den State Park. Colonel Hagar with ASP also shared that during the brutal stabbing that left Kristen and Clinton Brink dead, McGann was injured, meaning that his blood was left behind at the crime scene. That allowed police to create a DNA profile for McGann, so after he and his vehicle were tracked down at Lupita's Beauty Salon in Springdale, police were able to take DNA for comparison, and sure enough, they say it was a match for blood found at the scene of the crime.
Although everyone is innocent until proven guilty, we did confirm this morning that our suspect's DNA has been a positive match to the DNA that we suspected to belong to our suspect at the scene. During an interview with investigators, the suspect indicated that he did commit these murders. We executed a search warrant at his residence. There were articles found there that are consistent with being involved in this particular crime.
That McGann made statements indicating that he had committed the two homicides after being taken into custody and read his Miranda rights, but they stopped short of calling it a confession. He's set to appear in court tomorrow morning at 7:45, where we'll bring you the latest. Josh, back to you.
Thank you, Gabby. And as we know, McGann was arrested just before 5 p.m. yesterday while getting a haircut at Lupita's Beauty Salon in Springdale. Now, Adriana Ruiz, a hairstylist at the beauty salon, who gave us a first-hand account of when law enforcement stormed the salon and arrested McGann, as you can see right there on your screen. She shared with us that McGann had walked in for a haircut and something seemed off almost immediately. Just minutes into the haircut, law enforcement showed up.
I was surprised, I was shocked, because me and my sisters were talking days before, like, hey, you know, I wonder where this guy could be. They haven't caught him yet. And I saw him here and I just had chills. I had chills running down because he looked really sunken. He didn't look like any other person could look like.
Ruiz says this was the first time since she's seen McGann in the salon, and she shared her condolences for the Brink family and says she's praying for those two little girls. And we've also learned much more about the Brinks at today's presser. We know Clinton and Kristen have a third daughter who was not at the park that day. ASP did confirm the two daughters, ages 7 and 9, who were at the park did help create that sketch along with another witness. Tonight, the two girls are safe, they're in the custody of family. Now, Colonel Hagar with Arkansas State Police is in awe of Clinton and Kristen and the girls for protecting their children and providing info that led to the arrest of McGann. Now, tonight, ASP is urging the public to be sensitive of the family at this time who is still grieving. And for many in Springdale, they're shocked to find out McGann had moved into their neighborhood earlier this summer. And for many of them, that moment didn't come until state police released his address after he was arrested. Fox 24's Phoebe Kramer joins us in studio after speaking with someone who lived just doors down from McGann in their East Springdale neighborhood. Phoebe.
Well, Josh, McGann's neighbors were speechless and in complete shock after leaving how close McGann lived to them. Neighbors expressed fear, especially the ones with children who walk and play around his rent home. Jessica Morris lived in the neighborhood for over a year. She told me she was walking in the neighborhood where she first noticed a rent sign had been removed and knew someone new was moving in. But she didn't know until today it was McGann.
It was through all the information that was coming out online. I've been pretty kind of adamant about checking updates and just kind of connecting the dots. And when the address finally came out, it's when I realized, oh, it was right in the neighborhood.
Morris says her family is always outside, up and down the street. She's so thankful that he's now behind bars. Tonight at 9, Morris shares what she learned from this experience, especially when it comes to keeping her family safe. Live in studio, Phoebe Kramer, Fox 24 News.
All right, thank you, Phoebe. Reactions are not just coming from neighbors, but also people who say they knew McGann. A former high school rugby teammate, Pat Bailey, says the news of his arrest came as a shock, but after seeing his mugshot, he recognized him immediately. Bailey says his friend had sent him the news release from Arkansas State Police following McGann's arrest, and that's when he knew it was Andrew McGann, who he says used to go by Andy. He tells us he hasn't seen McGann since graduating, but described him as an everyday guy, friendly and quiet. Now, in their high school days, he says he would never have imagined that McGann would have been capable of allegedly killing 2 people.
I remember multiple times carpooling with him, like I said, cracking jokes, laughing, kept it light, but he didn't talk much. But again, you seemed like a totally normal guy, and yeah, wouldn't ever expect him to end up in a headline like this.
Bailey says the two used to mainly interact on Facebook outside of being teammates on the Fenwick High School rugby team, but he says he hasn't talked to McGann since their graduation back in 2016. Well, our coverage of the arrest of Andrew McGann continues here in just a bit. Coming up, we'll break down what his previous employers are saying tonight. First, we're checking in with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff. And Dan, it's early, we were out there golf course, and it was coming down pretty hard out there.
Yeah, that's right. Dogwood Hills had a nice little downpour as we were finishing our second to last hole. We'll show you the radar. And by the way, the Walmart Amp has a concert tonight, a heavy metal concert. Surprised Zach Gilday, we're not seeing him yet, but he'll be there along with the weekend crew. And rain is knocking on the doorstep of the Walmart Amp. Is there any lightning with that? Where's the rest of the rain? What's the weekend looking like? We've got it in your Fox 20 forecast after the break.
I want to thank the public for providing images and videos from cell phones, home, and business security footage that directly advanced this investigation. The information that was put out in the request for information back from the public directly resulted in this person being brought into custody.
Arkansas State Police thanking the public tonight for its help taking down Andrew James McGann. He's accused of killing Clinton and Kristen Brinks at Devil's Den State Park over the weekend. Now, here's what we know tonight about McGann. He's 28 years old and was arrested at Lupita's Beauty Salon in Springdale. He's charged with 2 counts of capital murder. McGann was just employed at a Springdale public schools, and he recently moved to our area from Oklahoma. ASP believes McGann acted alone and has no connections to the Brinks. And Springdale schools did confirm to Fox 24 that McGann had been hired as a teacher candidate for the upcoming school year. Now, in a statement, Dr. Jared Cleveland, superintendent of Springdale Schools, says McGann did not come into contact at any time with Springdale students and families. Dr. Cleveland went on to say the entire Springdale team extends its deepest condolences to the Brink family. And as we just mentioned, McGann taught in Oklahoma at the Broken Arrow School District. Now, the district released a statement saying in part, quote, McGann was a 5th grade teacher at Spring Creek Elementary during the 2023-24 school year and left on his own accord to work out of state. As with all employees hired by the district, he was subjected to and passed the legally required background checks prior to being hired. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family affected by this unimaginable act of violence. Well, stick around because Dan's going to have his full forecast coming up.
Your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
These numbers are different compared to where we've been the last several days. As you see, still pretty toasty in the River Valley, 98, but it's not that anymore. In fact, look at the temperature change. I got to post this on social media compared to 24 hours ago. 22 degrees colder in Fort Smith and about 10 to 13 degrees cooler in Northwest Arkansas. Here's the reason that it's cooler. You'll see on our Fort Smith Public Library WeatherBug Network camera time lapse, there's the rain that moved in and then it kind of cleared out, and then even the wasps are like, oh yeah, I'm getting out loving this. I've been in the 90s and triple digits, and here you see a live view from the regional Fort Smith Regional Airport, upper 70s, and that's the public library in the upper 70s, showing some really nice weather. Now, in Northwest Arkansas, we're looking off to the northwest from the Walmart AMP, and we're going to be watching this closely because that shower is moving to the southeast, and as we move the camera around, you will notice that, yeah, the Walmart AMP has a concert tonight. Will that rain shower move in? We'll give you the latest here on the radar in just a second. But look at these temperatures, mid-80s and upper 70s in Fort Smith and Poteau. So on Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler, lightning in southern Lafleur County. That's the only thunderstorm activity in the area. But in Northwest Arkansas, there's that shower that's dropping southeast. If we put it into motion, I think some rain could be moving into the Walmart AMP. Probably won't rain during the concert, but maybe as the initial gates open and people get to their stages and get to their lawn seats, yeah, there's a little bit of rain coming our way. There's Bella Vista right now. We'll take a look at the satellite and radar. Those northeasterly winds bringing in the cooler weather. This is a 12-hour satellite radar loop as you see some of those showers popping up. A big cluster of storms that developed in eastern sections of the River Valley, I-40 producing some heavy rain, and there you see a little bit of rain just to the south of Big Cedar as well. Pockets of heavy rain, eastern Scott County, southwestern Boone County, southern Lafleur County, and in northwest Arkansas. And we got some rain as well. It was kind of more hit and miss, a little bit of a heavier downpour on the north side of Fayetteville into Johnson, and there's a few of those downpours in Bella Vista. We encountered this one right here. I think we were right on the western edge of it, getting some rain at Dogwood Hills where we'll golf for kids. Now, as we look at the future track model, rain's probably going to be maybe a few sporadic showers in northwest Arkansas. That model doesn't pick up on it. But I do think widespread rain in the morning tomorrow to start off your Friday. But the second half of the day is looking absolutely amazing. And there's no more extreme heat warnings. Heat advisories are all gone. I don't expect to see those anytime soon. A lot of upper level energy on the water vapor, and that's why we still see that shower activity tomorrow in the morning. High temperatures hitting about 80 degrees. The River Valley forecast for your weekend, we're looking at lower to middle 80s across the area, and morning lows will be right around 70 degrees, so we'll be watching that closely. Here's a look at the European model. Again, as we go into the weekend, a lot of shower and storm activity to the west of us. And in northwest Arkansas in the River Valley, boy, we got a nice weekend. Get out and enjoy it. Later on next week, we'll start to see that heat again, and northwest flow will start to bring a little bit of an active weather pattern. But until then, hazy, hot, and humid for the 6 to 10-day outlook. And tonight, we have a few more storms possible, upper 60s to lower 70s. And then tomorrow, we're looking at lower to middle 80s. So, yeah, definitely some storm chances. You'll see here Saturday and Sunday, mid-80s. I mean, this is just gorgeous weekend. So, beautiful for the lake or the pool. It won't be as hot, I'll tell you that. Monday and Tuesday will be in the mid to upper 80s. Slight chances for rain next week, and summer heat does return, so don't get used to it being super cool like it will be this weekend, especially in the morning. And the summer heat is back as we're looking at Wednesday and Thursday in the mid 90s. So some nice weather. I know we encountered that downpour. But I'll tell you this, and we were out there golfing for We'll Golf for Kids. Super fun. We'll have a picture at 9 o'clock of the whole KNWA FOX24 team. But a shout out to Happy Daddy Hard Seltzer.
Happy Dad's Hard Seltzer, yeah.
I mean, Happy Dad's Hard Seltzer. They looked like champions. Yeah. They played like the champions.
Hey, they showed up. They showed up with the fit, and they performed.
Man, they had the drip going on.
Yeah, they had the drip going on.
I think one of their long drives was on the green.
Yeah. Yeah, we were getting ready to putt, and then I just see, I hear doo-doo, and I look at the ball, and it's like right next to my feet. I was like, oh, okay, it's time to move on.
I'll take this one.
Yeah, I'll take this one for sure.
Well, that's what Evan did.
Yeah.
Casey. I just drove right up, took my ball off the fairway, just drove away laughing.
Oh, that was close.
Having a good old time.
We were done at that point.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, Dan, thank you. Well, securing the next generation of healthcare coming up. We'll break down a new bill on Capitol Hill with Arkansas ties that'll work to make that a reality. Stay with us.
You're watching Fox 24 News at 5:30.
Arkansas Senator John Bozeman has introduced legislation to secure the next generation of health care. The Resident Physician Shortage Reduction Act proposes raising the number of residency program positions that Medicare can fund by 14,000 over 7 years. It also prioritizes those federally backed positions for states with hospitals located in rural areas.
What we find is people tend to live where they trained at. And so if you do your residency program in an area, the people that train there will actually wind up living there and be part of the community.
Bozeman says 40% of healthcare providers in Arkansas are 60 years old or older, mostly due to their retirement. The Association of American Medical Colleges projects a shortage of up to 86,000 doctors by 2036. We'll stay connected with all the latest updates by streaming 479 First, our new streaming channel, now available on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. You can be able to stream our newscast live, get breaking news alerts, and stay informed during severe weather. All you have to do is just search for 479 First. Well, stay with us because Dan's going to come back with a final look at his forecast when we come back. Well, Dan, it looks like the AMP is a place to be. Now, we got half our crew over there right now.
I know, exactly. Got Volbeat, who's the headliner. Now, we'll show you this, Hal, heating, cooling mega Doppler. Some showers moving towards the Walmart AMP. They are dissipating. Notice I said showers and not thunderstorms. That's because there's no lightning, and I don't expect there to be any. Perfect weekend. Absolutely gorgeous, mid-80s. Great weekend to get outdoors in the River Valley. Can't wait for that. We'll show you more at 9.
See you then.